Imagine walking outside on a sunny day, standing still for a few minutes, and suddenly you're not hungry anymore. No need for breakfast, no need for lunch, just sunlight fueling your body like a solar panel. Sounds amazing, right? But what if humans actually had photosynthesis, just like plants? Would we still need to eat? Would we look different? And could this completely change how we live as a species? Let's dive deep into this fascinating what if. First, let's talk about what photosynthesis actually does. Plants take sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide and transform it into sugar and oxygen. In other words, they use light to literally create food. Now imagine humans doing the same thing. We'd be walking, talking, solar panels, turning sunshine into energy. But before you picture yourself skipping grocery bills forever, here's the catch. Photosynthesis is nowhere near as powerful as the meals we eat every day. Here's the science. If a human were to photosynthesize like a plant, our skin would have to work like leaves. We'd need chlorophyll, the green pigment in plants, to capture sunlight. So yes, we'd probably all have a greenish tint. Forget tanning, imagine greening. But even with that ability, there's a big problem. The surface area of our skin is tiny compared to the broad leaves of a tree. The average human could only generate about as much energy as a single cookie in an entire day of sunlight. That's it. Not exactly enough to fuel our Netflix binges, workouts, or even a walk to the fridge. So would photosynthesis make eating obsolete? Not really. At best, it would act as a backup system, kind of like having a portable charger for your body. On sunny days, you'd get a little extra boost of energy, but you'd still need regular meals. Think of it this way. Plants don't live on sunlight alone. They also need nutrients from the soil. In the same way, photosynthetic humans would still need protein, fats, vitamins, and minerals to survive. But let's stretch our imagination. What if our bodies evolved to maximize photosynthesis? Maybe humans would develop much larger skin surfaces, wide, leaf-like extensions to capture more light. Instead of fashion trends, we'd have leaf trends. Summers would be the golden season for energy, while winters might mean everyone feels sluggish, relying more on food until spring returns. And here's another interesting twist. Society itself would change. Entire industries like agriculture and food could shrink dramatically. Why farm giant fields of wheat when half your calories come straight from the sun? Starvation might decline, especially in sunny regions. Imagine countries near the equator being bustling hubs of high-energy humans, while those living in the far north would still struggle through long, dark winters. Our cities might even be designed with wide, open spaces, so people could sunbathe not just for fun, but for survival. Of course, there would also be some drawbacks. Spending too much time indoors could literally starve you of energy. People working night shifts would constantly struggle, and sunscreen might become the ultimate debate. Protect your skin or fuel your body? Plus, with everyone absorbing carbon dioxide, maybe we'd even help reduce greenhouse gases a little, though not nearly as much as plants and forests already do. By the way, if you're enjoying this dive into a wild what-if scenario, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I make videos exploring science, the universe, and the strange possibilities of the human condition. Subscribing not only supports the channel, but also keeps you in the loop for the next mind-bending question. Now let's imagine culture in a photosynthetic world. Restaurants might shift from serving 3 massive meals a day to smaller nutrient-rich snacks. Instead of, let's grab dinner, people might say, let's go catch some sun together. Cafes could turn into rooftop solar lounges. Vacations? The most popular destinations would be sunny beaches and deserts, not for the view, but for the free energy boost. Fashion could be designed to expose more skin for photosynthesis efficiency, making clothing trends radically different from today. And what about evolution? Over thousands of years, humans might adapt to increase the effectiveness of photosynthesis. We might develop larger surface areas, perhaps webbed skin or even flat panels across our backs. It would completely reshape what human looks like. Tall buildings might even be designed with balconies for people to sunbathe during their daily routines. And maybe, just maybe, people who can absorb the most sunlight would be seen as the strongest or most attractive. But here's something even crazier. our relationship with food might shift completely. Eating could become a luxury, an activity reserved for taste and pleasure rather than survival. Chefs might focus purely on creating incredible flavors, not calories. In fact, farming animals might disappear, dramatically reducing greenhouse emissions. Our impact on the planet could shrink, potentially helping with climate change. Still, there's one big limitation we can't escape. Photosynthesis alone simply isn't efficient enough to replace human diets. Even if you lay outside all day long, your body could never generate enough energy to fuel the average person's 2,000 calories a day. For perspective, a tree uses an enormous surface area of leaves to survive on sunlight. Humans just don't have enough skin. So no matter how green we become, food would always remain part of the equation. So to answer the question, what if humans had photosynthesis? We'd probably live a little greener, literally. Sunlight would become a small but helpful supplement to our diets. Our societies, fashion, and even economies might shift to make the most of the energy around us. But food, glorious food, would never truly disappear. Maybe it's for the best, because let's face it, life without pizza sounds far worse than life without sunlight. So, would you want humans to have photosynthesis, or are you happy sticking with breakfast, lunch, and dinner? Let me know what you think in the comments. And don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more fascinating what-ifs and deep science explorations. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay curious.